Hey guys, Adrian Morrison here, and in this video I want to give you a real quick overview of what a Facebook custom audience is and how they work and how they can greatly benefit you. And then we're going to go into some advanced details on custom audiences. So what we're going to do now is, rather than going through a bunch of slides, I'm going to go to a really neat little app that I have on my iPad that allows me to draw kind of like as if I'm on a whiteboard, and I'm just going to give you an idea of how these custom audiences work. So let's go ahead and switch over to my iPad now. Okay, so here we are on my iPad, and we're going to do a quick little drawing of a Facebook ad funnel. It's the most simplest way possible to explain this, and I'm going to show you how the most basic custom audience feature works. Okay, so using the Facebook pixel, as you should be, everybody should have your Facebook pixel on your e-commerce store or whatever website it is that you're using. Whenever somebody clicks on your ads, Facebook actually captures that lead and puts them into a list on Facebook for you, kind of like an email list. But you can't email them you can just go back and retarget them with some more ads. All right, and you know that they're very high quality people because they're past clickers. They're people that have a history of clicking on your ad for a specific product. So here's what happens. You have a Facebook ad, all right? People are going to see this ad, and what's going to happen is they are going to click it. So people go from viewing the ad to actually clicking it. All right? Now, you have all of these clickers that are going to end up on your store. All right? Now, once they get on your store, what's going to happen is one of two things. They are either going to buy or they're going to not buy. One of the two is going to happen. Okay? So you got buyers and non-buyers. Now, of course, these people right here are great because, well, they just made you some money, all right? But just because these people right here did not buy doesn't mean that they never will buy. How many of you watching this video have ever gone into a store, thought about purchasing something, you said, not today, put it back on the rack, but ended up going back later and buying it? Or you went to a website, you thought about buying something, but something happened, your cell phone rang, your kids called you, and something came up and you had to leave abruptly. And so it interrupted your purchase. And you ended up going back later on and buying, right? Have you ever seen ads follow you around the internet? You're on Amazon.com or you're on Best Buy or whatever it may be, and you're shopping for stuff, and then later on you're on Facebook and you see an ad for the exact product that you were looking at earlier. Well, that's because they're using custom audiences. They're using retargeting. See, what happens is all of these clickers right here that click on your ad, so these guys right here, all of these guys end up getting dropped down into a pool of another audience, and this audience is going to be called a custom audience. All right, so this is going to be your custom audience. Now, you're always going to be able to access this custom audience on Facebook. All right, they hold them in for 180 days, actually, a custom audience. And it's kind of like an email list. You can always go back and you can write as many ads as you want. You can have tons of ads. So ad 1, ad 2, ad 3, ad 4, and so on. And they can all start targeting this custom audience. Now, why would you want to do that? Well, let's say that this ad up here originally was for, I don't know, let's say it was for a nurse t-shirt. So a t-shirt that said, "I love being a nurse," all right? And you had people come through, click it, they were interested. they came to your store and some people bought it and some people didn't buy it, okay? Well, what you know now about everybody that clicked on this ad right here about the nurse t-shirt, so everybody that's in this custom audience right here, you know that they are interested in what? Yes, you guessed it. They are interested in nursing related items. Otherwise, they would have never clicked this ad for a nursing t-shirt. So now you have this huge audience that builds up of everybody that clicked your ad that has to do with nursing, right? And you can do a couple of different things. You can go take these non-buyers here, which, by the way, just so you know, they are in this custom audience along with the buyers, all of them. Everybody that clicked is in this custom audience. So that includes your buyers and non-buyers, okay? So everybody is in that list. Now, what you can do is you can come back and you can target that custom audience. You don't have to use any keywords. You don't have to use any demographics, genders, age groups, anything. It's just these are people that previously clicked on your ad about this nursing t-shirt, okay? So ad number 1 could actually be what's called a retargeting ad. Now, the retargeting ad is going to send this exact same ad out right here, okay? Again, and it's going to show it to everybody that previously clicked it. And what's going to happen is these non-buyers, right? These non-buyers that are in this custom audience are going to see your new ad. They're going to click it, and guess what's going to happen? Inevitably, some of them are going to turn into buyers. So you've turned some of your non-buyers into actual buyers, okay? Because you retargeted them in this custom audience. They did click on the ad, and all you did was you said in this new ad, everybody that clicked this ad previously, I want them to see it again because I know that a bunch of the people that clicked it before didn't buy. And I want to turn them into buyers. I want to give them another opportunity to see the ad. All right, so now let's talk about all of these other ads. You've got ad 2, and let's just erase them real quick, and we'll start fresh. So what can you do with this audience of people that clicked on nursing t-shirts? All right, well, you could do another ad for, let's say, a nurse watch. All right, so this would be ad number 2 is a nurse watch. You know that they were interested in the nurse t-shirt, right? Because they clicked on a nurse t-shirt ad. So why wouldn't they be interested in a nurse watch? All right, well, maybe they might also be interested in, say, a coffee mug that had a nurse quote on it. So a nurse coffee mug. All right, now you've got all of these people that have shown a history of clicking on your nurse ad for the nurse t-shirt and the nurse watch that are going to now start seeing an ad for a coffee mug with like a funny nurse quote on it or a sweet, cute, whatever nurse quote on it. And as you're targeting these ads to this audience, you know that you're hitting the cream of the crop because these are nurse clickers, right? And over time, what happens is as you create ads and you bullseye target them in different niches, you build up multiple custom audiences because every ad that you create on Facebook, essentially you can build a custom audience from its clickers. So you might end up having multiple custom audiences. So that means you might have and we're going to call, just so you know, custom audience. Oh man, that's terrible spelling, but or terrible handwriting. A custom audience, I call them CAs, just so you know. Call them CAs, just for short. All right, so you might have a custom audience of, let's say, nurses. Very valuable in the future, because now anytime you have something new to sell that is in the nurse niche, well, you have a massive custom audience you can go back and target those ads to. And you can bypass all of the keywords and all that stuff. All right, you might also have another custom audience. And this custom audience is built up of veterans that are interested in military, tactical, and all that, and all these different types of Second Amendment rights, gear, all that stuff. All right, and now you, let's say, are also in the cat niche, so you have another custom audience that you build up, and this one is cat clickers. All right, so now you've got all of these custom audiences, because look, everybody goes through this flow up here. When they see your ad and they click it, they're dropped into a custom audience, right? They're dropped into custom audiences, and now you know that these people are interested in whatever, I don't know why that just happened, but you know these people are interested in whatever niche it is that you're writing that ad for. So I guess you could call them niche custom audiences. And just for the sake of it, I'm not that amazing. This is a new iPad. I'll make it a little bit more narrow. So niche custom audiences. So you end up with a bunch of these niche custom audiences, and later on down the road they become very, very valuable, because you can retarget new products to them, right? You can retarget a product that they clicked before but didn't buy, and you can turn them into buyers. You know, these retargeting ads sometimes for me show up upwards of 1,000% ROI, and you can then even do something else that's mega cool we'll talk about later on in videos, and other videos, I'm sorry. You can create what's called, from these custom audiences, these are people that have clicked on nursing ads, these are people that have clicked on veteran ads, these are people that have clicked on cat ads. You can create what's called a look-alike audience. Now, a look-alike audience is a Facebook generated audience based off of this data, and they say, oh, everybody in this lookalike audience that we're going to create for you are people that are very similar in interest and demographic, age and gender to these nurses up here, right? So we believe that if you were to create another ad for a nursing product, that this group of people right here, this group of people are very likely to appeal. They're very likely to buy that product. So these can be very, very valuable. And you can do the same thing with your veteran custom audience, your cat custom audience, and whatever the rest of them may be. Okay? So that's kind of how custom audiences work. Everybody that clicks on your ad, you can put into a custom audience, and you end up building these niche custom audiences. And what happens is, after a couple of weeks, you have a very, very valuable list inside of Facebook that you can now target all sorts of ads to for different products, and you know exactly what they're interested in. And these become extremely valuable. They render very high ROI, and they're also a great way to test products out. So I know that this starts to look kind of like crazy because I just got a little out of hand with drawing stuff. But essentially what you need to take from this is every ad that you create for a product, let's say in this case it's the nursing product, when somebody clicks that ad, instantly, all right, instantly, they go into your custom audience, all right? They go into a custom audience, and this is inside of Facebook, and you can go back later, and you've got a massive target audience, similar to an email list, but it's inside of Facebook. And of course, you know, they're going to go to your store, and they're either going to buy or they're not going to buy. The great thing about this custom audience, though, is all of these people that did not buy, they're in this custom audience. You can retarget them with the same ad again and say, hey, hurry up. You missed this before, but we're almost sold out. Come back and buy it before it's too late. And you can turn them into buyers. All right, so I hope this video was helpful. I know that I had a heck of a fun time using my new iPad with this pen. It was really cool. And I look forward to seeing you crush it with custom audiences and retargeting ads. Of course, we will be getting into more depth. I'm going to show you how to generate these, how to use them in the rest of the videos. This is just a simple outline. All right, that's it. I'll see you on the next video.